Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here looking at Biogen IDEC. Wow. Wow. Up 40%, 45%, was more up higher. On the headline, it was halted. Great news. Great news for humanity, basically, because they made progress in the Alzheimer's drugs, enough for the FDA to do whatever it needed to do. I'm not up to speed as to the drug itself and the outlook for it, but it's if they approved it, hey, they usually are rigorous. It's good news for humanity. Now, how do I trade this? First of all, I don't have to because clearly there's something else at play. If I'm buying it up here, I'm being the chaser, not me. So here are several ways I would handle something like this if you force me to do something with it. First of all, I wouldn't get long just because of this. I don't know what this was all about, but that was just as equally as fantastic then. And look how well it played out. Not so much. Now this is redemption. So anybody stuck here, if they haven't gotten out, I wonder what they're thinking. Not because it's going to fail, but if I'm bad, if I bought here and I was down here for months and this comes as a gift, I would be, thank you, Lord. This is a miracle, Christmas miracle early. I'm out. Thank you very much. Because they had not only recovered their money, huge profits in an instant. Why on earth wouldn't you book it? I don't care your outlook on the company. You have the chance to rebuy it on their calmer head day. All right, so that's the first comment. Nothing bearish against the company. That's bad juju to be bearish on this company because they're trying to do good. All right, so now another way to trade it is to be active and see if you can trade it intraday. So this is 15-minute charts. It was halted for a good portion of the day, and then they just opened it, 3 15 minutes ago. Is it halted again? It doesn't look like it's moving. Anyway, so you have to be good with charts. I would get short at 400 for a trade, meaning I'll buy puts. I would not short the stock outright. Or put spreads. I would probably use next week's contracts because it's an in-out trade, just trade. I would fade this. So any rally back at this level or this, I would fade it. I would buy the puts then. Or so basically I would wait for a breakdown to chase it lower or a rally to say it's going to fail and chase it lower from there. So that's the short term. Now, what if somebody wants to trade it for conviction, like longer term? So this was the chart that we started with. This is a 1-day chart for 1 year. You can see it pops and drops and pops and drops. So has it done this before? Let's go to a weekly. Very violent chart. What? Okay, so what about a monthly? All right, so now I see that I drew a line here at some point. This is a monthly chart, so that goes back to 2007 and beyond. So you see they made a move from here to here. They consolidated for years and years and years and years, and now they're trying to break out from it. If they break out from it, I bet you I have another line on the right-hand side. Boom. If they break out from it, the runway is as long as the runway that got them here, but it's so broad that you really can't pinpoint where the high. Is it here? Is it way higher? It should be way higher. But I'm not one to bank on it. So let me go to a quarterly. My gosh. I mean, this is from 1992 on, trying to estimate. So this is basically history, all of its history. It had one moment in 2015. It was a great failure from a chart perspective. Okay, not company, just a chart. Meaning, how about I rephrase? It was an opportunity to exit rather than chase. Okay, so that would be my if I'm looking at this today, I'll say, dang it, I missed it. Okay. If I had said that and I'm an active trader and I wanted to short it or trade it intraday, I can. I just showed you the 15-minute actions I personally would take. If I wanted to trade it from a daily chart, this is not an obvious point of entry. This would be the easiest, gentlest way of saying it. So sometimes it's okay to let something go. Hey, you missed it. It happens. Hopefully it goes to the moon. That means that the drug is on pace because it's a devastating disease and they need to fix it. And I think they're the only ones that are this far along. So I don't know much about it, but I'm excited about the prospects. As far as trading the stock, I am definitely not chasing it up here. because I don't. I'm a chaser, and I don't like to chase. I like to have an edge. I either find a bargain early, like we did with the Roblox, for example, or I find an overextended situation to fade. In this case, I don't know enough to fade it, and I definitely am chasing, so I'm coming into it late. So what happens if I'm buying here? I'm handing somebody their profits that was long here or here, anywhere else, quite frankly. So that is not my jam. Kudos to those who were long. I know some people in the chat room were long already. Good job. Archie is one of them. And hey, we do a lot of homework, but last week they said they have something coming this week, an announcement from the FDA, and they took a position long. See, that was the smart thing to do. They shared it with me, and look how smart I was. I passed. Okay, so, but I had my plate full. It didn't fit my portfolio, and I opined on it, and I shared the fact that they do have a prior fail, which would be a catalyst. But then they halted, and boom, off to the races. So good job for those who are long. This is not an obvious entry point.